I'd like to ask you a real quick question. Think back. What were you doing in 2005? Got it? I'll tell you what you were not doing. You were not updating your status on Facebook. You were not checking Twitter to see what was trending, because in 2005, nothing was trending. A hashtag had yet to exist. In 2005, you didn't realize it was possible to waste hours of time watching stupid cat videos. Right around the same time is when the cloud, as we know it today, entered our vernacular. That's courtesy of companies like Google and Amazon. Cloud changed everything. Is that good? Not according to most. We don't like change. As people, we resist change. Cloud is no exception. I'm going to challenge that a little bit. When we resist change, we say, it's bad. Technology, what's going on today, it's bad. It's making us less personal, less social, more isolated. We're going to talk about a little bit of how that's incorrect. We're going to talk about the socialization, why it's personal, why your head should be in the cloud, and how it's going to help you in your everyday lives. Whether you like it or not, it's coming, and it's coming fast. It's coming at the speed of cloud. There's no reason to, there's no excuse or opportunity to really resist. Change is good. There's certain changes that have happened in time that have changed the way we live our daily lives. Think about it. The automobile changed the way we did things forever. Electricity. iTunes, right? Let's fast forward a little bit. iTunes changed the way we consume music from that point forward. There's no reason to go back at that point. You don't believe me when I say change is a good thing? Can you imagine? So how is this affecting our lives today? Schools. The classrooms of today look very, very different than they did in 2005. Overhead projectors, they're replaced by smartboards. Heavy textbooks replaced by online materials. I'm sad to report that there is one casualty of the online era, the online classroom, the age-old excuse, the dog ate my homework, unfortunately can no longer be relied upon by today's youth. Now, my kids go to, I have a middle schooler and a high schooler, go to great local schools. Both of them use an online platform that really resembles Facebook. This is a great thing. It's great for the parents. It's great for the kids. It's great for the teachers. Why? We are now delivering content, and it's used for grades, issuing assignments, collecting assignments. It's all done in a medium, using a medium that they're comfortable with. They're used to consuming everything that they do. One could argue that they are completely consumed with this technology, but now we're using it for the benefit, to offer and to give them access to academic content in a format that they're most comfortable. So, the cloud. How else is it going to change us when we're traveling? Okay, that's home. When we travel. I recently had to go to Boston for a trip, and I could have easily booked a room on Boylston Street, $400 a night, beautiful hotel, but instead I turned to the cloud. I went to Airbnb, and I found this home. Access to the full home, very, very personal experience. My host was thrilled to have me. She was thrilled to share her personal experiences with her town. This was her town. Boston was her city, and she wanted to show me. Don't we really, when we travel, what do we want? Don't we want to feel like we belong? like we're locals. Nobody sets out wanting to feel like a tourist. That's what this experience allowed me to do. I experienced Boston. Oh, and by the way, it was about 25% of the cost had I decided to book that hotel. I'd like you to meet Howard. A few weeks ago, I was in Seattle at an IT conference. And when it came time to leave, I went to my app. And there are no notes on this, by the way. This is just to give you an idea. This is part of my wardrobe. Isn't it part of your wardrobe at this point? When it came time to leave and go to the airport, I clicked on my app. Uber told me Howard would be there in 3 minutes to pick me up. Sure enough, 3 minutes later, Howard pulled up in his Lexus. So already, this was a better experience than any cab ride that I had had to this point. But that's where the fun begins. When I get in, I can't help it. I torture these guys because I'm so obsessed with, or I'm intrigued. Obsessed is a bit strong. I'm intrigued by this phenomenon known as Uber. And that's when the interrogation starts. So how long have you been driving? Tell me what you think. Is it good? Do you like it? Is it not good? Howard's answers surprised me a little bit. Turns out this was his second day on the job. He was doing it just out of curiosity. Oh, and by day, Howard was an IT director at a local company. Now, having just come from an IT conference, can you imagine the conversation that he and I had? It was a little bit different than had I chosen just to hail a cab. As we head into the path of the cloud, we're entering a period known as the Internet of Things. If you haven't heard that, that's okay. According to Forbes, just last night posted an article and said, right now, officially, 87% of the population has never heard of the Internet of Things. So now, you're one of the few. What is it? It refers to devices connected to the cloud, or the Internet. What is the cloud? Essentially, it's just servers, data servers, giving you access to information that's not sitting resident on your computer, on your device. How do you access it? The Internet. Most people, oftentimes people confuse the Internet for the cloud. And that's okay, because ultimately it's just about delivering this service down to your device. That's all that really is important. But what are these things? They're your phones, your tablets, your Fitbits. Go into an Apple store, good Lord. I mean, it's overtaken the real estate in the stores, the Apple Watch. But it's more than that. It's your thermostats. Coming soon, refrigerators, the smart home. The growth is coming at the speed of cloud. What enables this are now sensors the size of a dimple in a golf ball that can read data and report data back to some repository and ultimately take it right down to your device. The growth is tremendous. Right now, we're in this phenomenon, Internet of Things, actually refers to a time in 2008. The number of connected devices to the cloud actually surpassed the number of people on the planet. Where are we going with this? Projections right now are 2020. Just 5 years from now, it's expected 25 billion connected devices to the cloud. That's pretty cool, but listen to the next 5 years. Some analysts report as high as a trillion connected devices to the cloud. That is a 4,000% increase over a 5-year period. At that time, it's anticipated population will be roughly just over 8 billion. That's 125 connected devices per person on the planet at that time. Mind-boggling. So it was curious to me when I went to the TED site and I searched cloud technology just to see what was out there already. There's one video. One. It's amazing. So you know what that means, right? This one is already the second most viewed TED Talk on cloud technology. So thank you for that. So I've been in this space for 20 years. I've worked in technology for 20 years and seen tons of change. And as we've discussed, change is always met with opposition. I encourage you to embrace it. Remember that picture of that phone earlier. This phone, if I showed this to you in 2005, you would not have had any idea what it was. The iPhone didn't make its debut until 2007. Today, you look at it and you say, yeah, that's an iPhone 4. What are you carrying that for? Shouldn't that be in the Smithsonian? Just gives you an idea of the rate of change of technology. I encourage you to embrace it. Don't fear it because it's coming. It's coming at the speed of cloud. Make it work for you, make it personal, and squeeze every bit out of it that you can. Thank you very much.